things are starting to become more and more complicated with software and apps. And I've touched on this before, but what tends to happen is that apps and software companies tend to put in a bunch of features into their apps because they're constantly being asked for features. Now, you've got to listen to your clients. I get that. But the problem is that the average user using these apps are probably never going to use those features. So you have a minority of people who are doing the beta testing, etc., using the apps, kind of dictating to the majority as to what should be in the app. And app makers and software makers aren't really listening so much. They just keep constantly adding more and more features. Now, this is a problem for you and I, because when we want to come to use these apps and services, it's kind of overloaded with features that we'll never use, and it gets so complicated in the fact that we just want to do tasks. We don't want to do loads of other things, for instance. But because the app does way more than just tasks, we get confused and then don't bother using the app. The problem is that these apps are actually really, really good at that one thing. But because they've added all these other things around that one thing, it just loses its weight in not the weight, sorry, the quality of the app itself. It kind of loses its function. So it's kind of up to you and I to look for apps that we need our things done. Like, so if I need a task manager, I will go and get Todoist, for instance, but even that is starting to become a bit complicated. Things 3, Apple reminders, the TickTick, etc. There's so many other apps just do one thing, just do reminders. Fantastical just do calendars. Even again, that's an app that's starting to add more and more features. So we've got to be very careful that we choose the apps with that does that one thing really well, and not bother as much to look at all the other things it does. Because if we do, we don't get anything done, or we just don't don't use the app. So you've got to make sure that you know what you need before you go and find the app. I think that's basically what I'm trying to say. Anyway, hopefully that helps. If you need to get in touch, there'll be a contact details here somewhere. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.